Good day to all. Good day to all. Sheeple. Mm. You know, um, we're gonna get into this video. Uh, Sheeple, a useless eater, um, and this time the thumbnail is kind of more of a factual thing, but honesty saves everyone's time, and I'm here to be brutally honest, not to really be concerned with anyone's feelings. I'm here to kind of do my thing on my channel and do my page and get this off. But I want to start off um, by giving a little context to this video. Wednesday lives are really off the cuff. So in my personal world, they're affected quite often by conversations I'm having in my inner circles and things. The conversation level is always heavy. Um, so this one kind of comes out as a challenge. My nephew kind of in his mind, I think he's like, oh man, your delivery is so smooth and cool. I couldn't see you like turning up on any subject. Okay. I don't think it's about the tone of your voice. I'm trying to learn to be more quiet, listen more, definitely be a more purposeful listener for sure. But let me start off with a little definition. Okay. So, sheeple. People compared to sheep in being docile, foolish, or easily led. By the time the sheep will wake up and try to change things, it'll be too late. Um, in all these sources, sheeple is basically defined as a derogatory noun, referring to a group of people who are docile, foolish, and easily led as a herd of sheep. Sheep don't think independently. Indeed, some aficionados of the word don't believe that sheep will think at all. Sheep will do what those around them do. Um, so me using sheeple in this title was not uh, trying to be nice. It wasn't about niceness at all. So I was using it derogatorily also. But first, let me give some props to the sheeple or any group of people that can identify themselves as a group. The only thing that's been really lacking is unity. These groups don't wield power without groupthink. So, as great as independent minds and leaders can be, they need that loyal following to really gather a foundation, a base to move. Like I need viewers, I need people to hit the like button. I need that, to help get me out into the world so I can see how my take fares in the bigger stream out here. But anyway, let's get started with this. So if you do not have a mission statement, and I'm going to speak on the mission statement stuff a little more, but if you don't have a mission statement, you do not have clarity. You're not moving with clarity. Now, people put a lot of little small goals in front of them. Oh, I'm just trying to get this much money. I'm just trying to buy this thing, do this, whatever. When I say mission statement, I'm talking about what you really will lay your life down for. What what do you what do you care about that's outside of yourself? Because that's where you'll find your mission statement. Your mission statement hides in the things the things that you care about effortlessly, the things that you are motivated to do something about, the things that won't let you sleep peacefully at night. Somewhere in those type of feelings and confusions is where your mission statement lies. And you owe that to the world around you. You owe that to the world around you. You know, the sheeple really are the body of the matrix. If you believe in that metaphor, that statement, or that movie, which some people look at as a documentary. But the sheeple are the herd, the flow, what it's all about, what the AI in that example was fighting to have control of, because numbers are power. I'm just here to say that what a waste of a lifetime if you don't stand for nothing. Just spineless, just a follower, just a consumer society. Um, as we evolve, we're devolving in so many ways. We're evolving in some, but I think in most ways we're actually losing our bearing, our ground. Um, you know, and actions speak louder than words. They really do. Um, we're at an extremely fast rate. We're wasting our priceless time being entertained and trying to be comfortable, or should I say, not entertained, but mentally detained. It's hard to make excuse for the things that excite you and that entertain you, but you can train those things also. And just knowing better is the motive, is truly the intention to be a better person. Just knowing that there's a better way to do things. you know um I've been really dieting hard with the content that I absorb daily. you know um I still find some of the I find a lot of stuff still entertaining sometimes to listen to. I look at a little bit of messiness. I like to think it's kind of focused in a more important statement in the whole, but some of the stuff is, what can I say? Popular culture. I mean, if everybody's looking at a certain thing, you gotta, sometimes see like, well, what's going on with this viral video or whatever this is. Um, Another point I wanted to make, that I see as like the devolving of our society, is that we aren't mating for evolution. We're mating for external beauty. Um, I think we should be mentally in sync with the people that we mate with. I think we should. Um, but that will require someone to be deep. That will require someone to have knowledge of self. That will require someone to kind of know where they're trying to go in the world, to know their mission statement, to have had those conversations, those difficult things ironed out, and to have actually gained experience because they're actually trying to wield that wand. And then when you go into your next relationship or other things, you have an idea of what you need from the next person, because you're making an attempt to be who you really feel inside that you are. Um, I want to say that um, most, I follow a few gentlemen. Um, a lot of them, I've heard them say something clever, or, uh, I've watched a few people go pretty viral, gain a big following, have an imprint, offer classes, um, you know, really wield an audience. Um, but when it really comes down to it, what it seems like it's really about, I mean, really about, is the same things that keep folks in jail, that has a lot of people in jail. And those subjects is money, fiat currency, and sexual satisfaction. I don't even know if satisfaction is the proper word to use there, but uh, to have mastery over others, control of them sexually. And it's like you don't see it until a person really pushes up, and gets the following, or you know, you don't see it until somebody gets enough power to actually misuse their power. But that's a lot of what that is. But I just want to say, um, you know, my nephew could be right in a way, because what I want to do is wrap a bow on this and bring it back around to the power that is, which is, the things that we're spending our time doing. This is going to be one of the greatest wastes of time ever, ever. Why do I say that? Because I don't know if we're going to have these tools and this level of freedom available to us, especially once, if I get my way and we galvanize and really use these tools to unify and have a medium outside of the control. I don't know how long we'll have the controls of these things that we do now, but we are wasting an amazing opportunity right now to come together, share information, to educate, to unlearn and relearn. Right now, information is just amazing. The things you can get out of a search engine right now, the things you can search and come up with. And so many people are entertained with absolute garbage, made up garbage, made up garbage. Um, I purposely didn't use the lights. I didn't put my lighting situation on. I wanted to leave this one a little dark because I felt like the topic was a little dark. Um, but it's really about, when I say a useless eater, I got that from Andrew Tate. I heard him say that. And I when he said it, I felt it. And I know, since I started experimenting with fasting, and when you pull away from something, it puts a spotlight on it, and you experience it much more vividly than before. So by me slowing down my eating to hear other people eat and the way they eat and chew and smack and go to the kitchen over and over, meal after meal, snack. I mean, once you pull back from that and use discipline there, there's a level of disgust that you can experience there. Once you get off your ass and stop being a lazy fuck, and rebuke laziness. When somebody's laying around being lazy, or you're doing something and people are, it hits different. It just hits totally different. So with that same focus, I'm trying to speak to how useless so many people are, meaning the waste of space, waste of oxygen. When he says a useless eater, we're talking about people that spend their time running around the city, polluting things to get to where they need to work a job that's probably counterproductive to society and doesn't mean a damn thing in the future to come, just to get funds, to eat unhealthy food, just to shit and use the sanitary system the way they do. You're literally a waste of space. You know, when I was stepping back at first and thinking about some of the conspiracy theories under this C-19 situation that we went through, the pandemic, and I was at the time spending time doing research on uh, the culture in China and things going on there and the problems that they were seeing as a nation and the economic outlook and the age demographic of their population, the productiveness of that population from their one child rules, all how all of this stuff, the pollution, the overpopulation, the um listen, just as a quick side note, just to speak on this real quick. When this pandemic made it to our shores, I remember the first story I heard about. It seems like the last thing that happened before this happened was Kobe Bryant passed away in that helicopter crash. It just seems like after that, the world went haywire. And the first thing I remember here was hearing about like convalescent homes in the northern region, like a couple of states up at the northwest. And I just remember hearing stories and seeing people with those suits looking like the movie E.T. If you remember that, I remember that pretty vividly. Um, but with the suits and, like, and there was a lot of people dying. I mean, they were dead literally on contact. And what happened was it was the elderly. Now, I spin all that around to make this point. This is the conspiracy theory. It seemed like there was a possibility that this virus was going to attack and only kill the elderly, the feeble, those who can't produce and be productive, I guess, pull their weight, parts of society, which there's a large population of that. The wise, the the elders, Um, but it just seemed like, wow, if they cut their population down, literally just by cutting down the unproductive part of the society, how that would have been a rise in power of that nation, possibly. I don't know. But um, as the virus continued to extend and morph and turn into other variants, the variants actually started backing off. But it seemed like the part that was missing was as they were fear mongering so hard, they left out the part that it was becoming less deadly. And actually, they actually truly left out the fact that the natural immunity, and a word that I hadn't heard after the first 2 years at all, which was herd immunity. Because once they dropped those them boosted things and all the stuff that came through there, that herd immunity conversation was gone. But um, that whole situation is really just a big, great example of sheeple and the controls that be. And there's a lot of people who made choices there that didn't want to make them. But at the same time, these people didn't understand how much under control of systems and things they were. And that made it perfectly clear. And also, countries learned how many people were not easily controlled. If you don't know your mission statement in the world, trust me, take my word for it. If you can find something that you care about outside of yourself, outside of you stuffing your face, forcing comforts on yourself, which is basically coming closer to dying. We're not going to go. I have videos on hormesis, so you can go back and check through those. But there's a lot of people that are in the way. And I promise I could be a good follower if I could find good leadership. But when you can't find what you're looking for, when nobody's talking about what you feel like you want to hear about, when nobody's bringing up the topics the way you bring them up, when nobody's speaking the way you do, when nobody's making their circle a better place than you are, that could be a calling to do more. So with extreme arrogance, that's why I'm doing Nurturing of Our Humanity. That's what this is about. It's about, I have something to bring that I don't see anybody else bringing. So I'm finding space to do it. So this is another Wednesday live. This is my rant. This is Wednesday live. And this is G over here at Nurturing of Our Humanity, saying that if you haven't found your mission statement or you don't understand what that is, trust me, all of this negative, well, not negative, all of this brutally honest talk can be quickly redirected if you just go down the rabbit hole of finding your joy, finding what you do effortlessly, what makes your skin crawl, what you can't sleep at night knowing is happening. Something that you would just give effortlessly to the world around you, a service you can provide, something that you can do that would be essential even after society evolves or devolves. If all your value is in dollars, if all of your value is in fiat currency, I know why you're going to fight tooth and nail to not go for none of this I'm talking about. I understand it. There's too much loyalty there. But whether we do it or not, this evolution is coming. The future is coming. There's no stopping it. And literally, there's no go backs and do overs. None. You can find your mission statement. You can find your passion. You can rekindle that fire, that inner child that you've allowed to be killed by becoming subservient to the systems around you. Trust me, we're going to talk more about this. Keep up with me over here at Nurturing. I appreciate you guys. Come back for more. I hope this spawns comments and reactions and even some shares, okay? So anyway, till next Wednesday, this is Nurturing of Our Humanity. and I'm signing out.